Hi, I'm Danae Shanti. Welcome to Storytime. Here at Storytime, I'm sharing with you the hero formula, 7 steps to your inner hero, the God spark within. Today, I'm going to share a story, and the story is about navigating an autoimmune disease. And I know a lot of folks out there are dealing with different kinds of diseases and imbalances in their body. So my story has a little bit of mysticism in it and a whole lot of survival. And I'm going to use the hero formula to take you through it. So here's the formula. These are the 7 steps. Who are you at the time? What is your predicament? How do you ask the universe for help? How do you receive your guidance? What choices do you make from the guidance you receive? What action do you take based on your choices? And what results do you get? Those of you who've been watching Storytime for a while have probably practiced this formula, and you see how it works in your life. This formula can be applied to any situation at any time for all time. So let's talk about who I was at the time. Who I was at the time was a woman suffering in a really bad flare-up from the autoimmune disease being activated. I'd been through about 3 months of not being able to keep any food with me, lost a tremendous amount of weight, and was super weak. And this was the 3rd day in really dark, painful, terrifying days. In the middle of the last day, I really thought that I wasn't going to make it. I really thought this body is totally checking out. So that's who I was at the time. My predicament was there wasn't anyone or anything that could pull me out of the flare-up. We had tried everything that we knew to do and nothing was working. So I really had to face this from the deepest part of myself. And there was no one to do that journey except for me. I'm the only one who could face myself. So I asked for guidance. I made a prayer, sent it out to the universe, and I said, "Dear God, please help me to move through this. Whatever needs to happen. If I'm dying, please make it swift and gentle. If I'm coming out of this, please make it as fast as possible." And then I listened for my guidance. As I listened, I heard a really clear voice rise up and say, "What have you got to live for?" Meaning, where is my willpower in the situation? And honestly, I didn't have anything that I could think of. At the time, my son was a teenager, older teenager, and he was doing really well. And he has a big family on his father's side, and I knew that everyone would look after him and he'd be okay. Not that he wouldn't grieve and miss me. I just knew that ultimately he'd be good. I looked into his soul. I saw strength. So I laid there and I asked, what do I have to live for? What do I have to live for? I reviewed the life I'd lived up to that time, and everything had been so amazing and so beautiful. And not there hadn't been pain and suffering and growth and broken hearts and everything that human life entails. I felt like I had a really blessed life amidst it all. I came back to the guidance and I said, I have nothing. And I meant it. I was ready to go. I didn't want to go. I was ready to go if that is what was going to serve the highest good for my life and for the purpose of the divine through me. What I heard in response to my reply was, sing. Sing as if your life depends on it, because it does. I thought I was already in the depth of terror facing death. Terror opened a whole nother level to me. It felt like an abyss. And I listened to those words and thought, sing as if my life depends on it because it does. That's basically telling me if I don't sing right now, I'm a goner. Well, that just scared me even worse. And I got angry. Sing, I could barely breathe. What am I supposed to sing about? Where am I supposed to get energy to sing? That was the guidance given me. Now I had choices. As I lay there contemplating what was happening, I felt, I don't know how to sing right now. I have nothing to lose in the effort. The best I could do is moan. So I moaned a little bit. And much to my surprise, that little tiny bit of moaning gave me energy. I was totally blown away. So I took that energy and I moaned a little longer, a little louder. That gave me energy. I used that energy to start toning. Toning gave me a lot of energy. I then went into just sounding, any kind of sounds that I could make, and they became melodic. That gave me energy. Next thing I knew, I was singing. And I was singing a soul medicine song, which is a song that just spontaneously downloads and comes through. Never heard before, never remember them after I sing them. I went right into a soul medicine song. Well, the long and short of the story is, that is all the action I took. I chose to follow the guidance. I took the action of executing song through my body. And the result was, within 2 hours, I was upright. And I'd like you to know that I was pretty much crawling between the bathroom and the bedroom for 3 months. I was suffering that badly. I was upright, I had vitality, I had clarity of mind, I had energy in my body. It was a miracle. So that is the big story around working with an autoimmune disease that brings you to the brink of having to face your deepest terror. At least in my experience, that was true. I'd like to share with you, I recently was speaking with someone whose granddaughter was pretty much an adult and in a fetal position from the autoimmune disease taking over her body. They tried everything they could do to pull her out of it and give her vitality and wellness. Nothing was working. I've started writing my book. I sent the excerpt of that story to the grandmother. She sent it to the granddaughter. It turns out the granddaughter is a professional opera singer. She started moaning and toning and singing, and she came out of her fetal position and started taking care of herself as if she wasn't suffering all those months. I want to suggest to you that no matter what is going on in your life, you consider voice and sound as part of your medicine for yourself. I'm going to wrap it up. Let me take you back through the hero formula, how I applied it in my story. Who are you at the time? What is your predicament? How do you ask the universe for help? How do you recognize your guidance? What choices do you make that your guidance has given you? What do you choose? What action do you take? And what are the results? Please let me know how you're doing with the hero formula. I'm very interested in how it's working for you. You can send me your information here. And remember to subscribe on my YouTube channel so you'll know right away when a new video comes out. They come out every Sunday, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time at the latest. Thanks for your time and your attention. See you next time.